Yes, of course, I agree with Arus. And also, I believe that as learning, it's social, as we had mentioned. We need to create a safe environment in which adolescents feel like they can share what they're thinking, or if they don't want to, they can reach you personally and talk to you about anything that could be happening in their lives. And also, we should be aware that all of those stages, as you said, is going to have an impact on them. And if we create a negative experience, they might have a fear to talk about certain issue or talk about what they are being, it was going to happen. And we don't want that, because that could prevent them to learn. And of course, learning should be a positive experience for everyone in order to retain all that information in your brain. And yeah.
Yeah, I agree with all of you girls. So, okay, for the last question, it's what personal experience can shape understanding the topic? So, who wants to start sharing their experiences?
I don't quite remember an experience, so I would let you check first. Meanwhile, I would think about something.
Okay, so I have been thinking about it, and it was difficult for me to find this experience. But I will say that when I was in high school, at the beginning, for me, it was difficult to interact with other people, with my other classmates, because as a young teenager, so around 12 or 13 years old, I was very, I don't know how to say it, but I was really shy. Okay, I wasn't the person that I am today. So I was ashamed to participate in class, even though I knew the answer. I was like, I knew I can answer, but it was like, nah. So I remember that my teacher, she created a safe environment in which I can participate more, and I wasn't afraid to do it. She encouraged me to interact with my other classmates, and I feel really comfortable. So I think she did a great job. Yeah.
What an amazing experience. Okay. For me, well, I don't have also any experience. However, I remember one that is similar to that we are talking about. So I was also in school. I was 15-year-old girl or less, and my advisory teacher noticed that I was struggle with some familiar issues. So I was pretty shy, more than the normal person, and I even didn't want to participate in class, and it was affecting my assignments. So my advisory teacher talked with me, and she explaining that she was also in that stage, because also that stage, so she could understand me in some way. However, it was a normal question that I mean, she gave me the message that I mustn't be worried about that situation of how I was feeling, because it was normal about my age and about that process. So she gave me some pieces of advice, also with a partner that it was in the same situation. So she tried to understand me by showing empathy, okay, and showing interest, I was mentioned before. So yeah, I would say that it was the most Tinder experience. Well, no, I have to about it, and I don't have an experience, but I remember a teacher. I think I have told you this before. This experience. She made me aware of my capacity to do things,
because she was an English teacher. And we had to do an exam, and the exam had like 140 questions.
Yeah.
And I only answered 4 of them, but all of them were correctly. So she made me stand in front of everyone, and told me like, if you had studied, you probably made have all the answers correctly. And I was like, oh.
You would have to.
But now that I reflect about it, perhaps I didn't respond all of those questions because I was having many things in my mind that wasn't English, for example.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think being an adolescent is horrible.
Yeah, not that illusion. I will never do it again.
Never. And I see teenagers in the streets, and I think like
It's a difficult stage in everyone's life because you're ashamed of everything and you have to be. I mean, I think it's very difficult to raise teenagers rather than children because you're ashamed of everything. You have to be careful with the changes, the body changes, everything is so hard. But I think these theories help us to understand how to deal with this situation in the future, teaching teenagers, I guess.
And well, as many of us know, the theories are here to help us to understand it's not the complete truth. It's not like one theory is the complete truth of everything, but we can use as a tool for create a self-environment, to create our lesson plans, and to know how to deal with certain situation in which a student is not paying attention, for example. And I think that was it.
That's all. Thank you so much for your attention. If you listened everything, I know it's hard. We feel bye. Thank you.
Well, thank you.